Top Dog Tips. Welcome back and thanks for joining me for this list of the 11 most popular dog sports. You can check out our extensive article on the subject at our website at topdogtips.com. Now let's get into it. If you have an active dog on your hands, there are plenty of dog sports to consider that can help burn off some of that excess energy. Some breeds are more active than others, and exercise is essential for their mental and physical health, and certain sports for dogs will provide more than plenty of it. But delving into some type of canine sport is not only good for the dog, it's great for the owner too. You'll get exercise and strengthen the bond with your pet, and you can join a community of other like-minded dog owners. Dog sports are growing in popularity with more and more dog lovers delving in every day. Not sure which sport is right for your pup? Take a look at these 11 most popular options and see if any of them sound like the perfect match for you and your dog. Number 1 is flyball. Dog flyball is a team dog sport where teams of canines compete against each other as they run a race course of hurdles. They race over the hurdles towards a box that has a spring-loaded pad that releases a tennis ball for the dog to catch, and the dog then takes the ball back to their handler. Each flyball team consists of 4 dogs that run the race in the relay, and the first team to have all 4 of the dogs return to their handler with the ball without errors on the course wins. Errors include things like dropping the ball or a dog starting their relay early. There's a North American Flyball Association for anyone interested in joining. Any breed can take part in flyball. The only limitation is that they must be tall enough to trigger the spring-loaded pad at the end of the course that releases the tennis ball. Dogs that are best suited to flyball are also dogs with the following characteristics. They're fast, they have exceptional agility and balance, they love to fetch, and they aren't easily distracted by other dogs. Number 2, dog agility. Agility is a sport where a dog works directly off the verbal commands, body signals, or movement of their handler to race through an obstacle course while performing specific actions required at each obstacle. The aim in dog agility sports is to complete the obstacle course accurately in the fastest time. Handlers are not permitted to touch the obstacles or their dog, and a dog receives no treats or toys to lure them through the obstacles. Canines that are best suited to agility are dogs with these characteristics. They should have excellent drive. They must be capable of reading and interpreting their owner's commands accurately. They're fast moving and have good stamina. They must have good balance. They have excellent hearing and vision. They need to have good coordination, and they cannot be easily distracted. Number 3, carting. Carting is a sport that has dogs pull a dog cart that's filled with various items like supplies or weights, or in the case of sulky driving, a person. Carting uses a dog's natural pulling instinct and gives the dog a great outlet for additional energy. A carting or drafting dog relies heavily on their handler, so this is a task that's all about teamwork. Many different breeds take place in dog carting. However, most frequently events are held by large breed dog clubs and may or may not limit entrance to their specific breed. Examples of these breeds include Newfoundlands, St. Bernards, Bernese Mountain Dogs, and Mastiffs. Dogs that are best suited to carting are those with the following characteristics. They're physically healthy dogs. They have a desire for pulling, carrying, and otherwise working. They're coordinated. They're not easily spooked. Being strong and muscular really helps, and they have confidence and drive. Number 4 on my list of the most popular dog sports is canicross. Canicross is cross-country running with dogs. Although the sport began as a practice technique for mushing dogs, it soon became a sport of its own. A dog taking part in canicross is always attached to their handler with a harness, bungee cord, and a waist belt. In some canicross teams, a handler may run with 2 dogs at a time. Different canicross events cover different distances, and the aim is to be the first team that finishes the event in the fastest time. Since canicross dog sport began from mushing, many of the dogs that take part in the sport are huskies and malamutes. But since canicross became a sport of its own, any dog breed can and does take part. Dogs that are best suited to canicross are those that are agile, have great stamina, have healthy joints and a healthy cardiovascular system, dogs that love running, and dogs that have a great ability to work alongside their handlers, for example, allowing their handler to set the pace. Number 5 on my list is sled dog racing, a competitive dog sport that most owners are familiar with. Sled dog racing is a winter sport that has a team of dogs work together to pull a sled that carries the handler through the snow. The team of dogs must complete the marked sled dog course, and the team that completes the course the fastest is the winner. For the most part, you'll only see Malamutes, Siberian Huskies, Samoyeds, Greenland dogs, and American Eskimo dogs taking part in sled dog racing due to the breed's history of familiarity with this practice. Yukon Quest is a popular resource for anyone interested in competing in sled dog racing. Dogs that are best suited to sled dog racing are dogs that have strong stamina, are hardworking and persistent, are willing to work with a team and understand their pace in a hierarchy. They must be friendly dogs, they must love to run, and they are well insulated against the cold. Doggy dock jumping, part of the canine aquatics competition known as dock diving, is a sport where dogs jump from a dock into a pool, lake, or another body of water. Depending on the event, dogs will compete for distance or height. Any breed of dog can take part in dock diving or dock jumping, but they must have a passion for the water and obviously be good swimmers. Dogs that are particularly good at swimming are often exceptional at this. Those that are best suited to dock jumping are dogs that love the water, are strong swimmers, are agile and able to jump well, a dog with a strong drive to follow a toy, fetch a toy, or retrieve, and dogs that have great endurance. Number 7, tracking trial. Tracking trial is a dog sport that encourages pets to use their sense of smell to follow a scent trail. This talent used to be widely utilized in fox hunting, but it has since been honed by utilizing scent tags since foxhounds have been outlawed. These days, tracking trials are most often used as practice to train dogs for search and rescue work and for scent tracking in the case of missing persons or fleeing criminals, but they're also performed as a competitive sport. Any breed of dog can take part in tracking trials, and some breeds are better suited to it. For example, hunting dogs and scent hounds excel at this sport. A dog that is best suited for tracking trials will have a strong sense of smell, a strong drive, great stamina, will work well with their handler, will work well for praise, and they're not easily distracted. Coming in at number 8 is Schutzhund. Schutzhund is a sport that was developed from a trait assessment test for dogs that were to be used in police work. Schutzhund is very demanding work and tests a range of characteristics, including the dog's ability to follow a scent, agility, strength, obedience, endurance, and protective instinct. While Schutzhund work began as temperament testing for German Shepherd dogs, other breeds may be Schutzhund trained as well. Most of these dogs will be related to the German Shepherd or have a similar physical strength and drive. Dogs best suited for this sport are determined and dedicated to working. They are courageous and protective. They have an excellent sense of smell. They excel in obedience and follow instruction well. They have a strong drive. They have excellent hearing and vision, and they are physically strong. Number 9 is disc dog. This sport is also recognized as frisbee dog, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Human handlers throw a flying disc and their dog catches and returns the disc. It may sound simple, but it requires great communication between a dog and their handler. There are various categories of disc dog competitions. Some events measure distance, and others allow freestyle choreography to see just how well a handler and their dog can work together. There's even a US DDN Federation, an international disc dog organization. Any breed of dog can take part in disc dog work, but most often the dogs that enjoy the sport most are sporting breeds and herding dogs. The most frequently seen breeds in this sport are Border Collies, Australian Cattle Dogs, and Australian Shepherds. Dogs that are best suited to disc dog work are dogs with the following characteristics. They have great reflexes, they have a love for fetch and retrieving, they have a strong bond with their handler and excellent communication skills, they're very focused, they're agile and have good stamina, and they're coordinated. Number 10 on this list is rally obedience. This dog sport utilizes obedience skills and requires a dog to move through an obedience course with between 10 and 20 stations. In some ways, it's similar to canine agility sport and competitions, but is less about physical abilities and more about extremely accurate obedience, understanding, and demands. Each station requires the dog to perform a designated obedience command. They can be encouraged by their handler, and upon completion, they must heel to their handler as they move to the next station. The aim is to complete the course in the best time with the least number of penalty points. Any breed can take part in rally obedience, although for AKC rally obedience, only AKC purebreds and mixed breed dogs registered with the AKC Canine Partners Program are permitted to take part. Dogs that are best suited to rally obedience are dogs who have a strong desire to please, dogs that have a knack for obedience and advanced obedience. These dogs must excel at agility work, and they're able to focus their excess energy and are not easily distracted. Finally, number 11 is sheepdog trials. This competitive sport relies on dogs with a strong herding instinct and a solid grasp of obedience. Herding requires a handler to communicate commands quickly and efficiently with their dog, usually using whistle commands or short verbal commands, providing instruction for herding sheep around a field, around gates, around enclosures, or around fences. Depending on the sheepdog trials, some events only permit herding breeds to take part, while others allow any breed to join the competition. I recommend you check the site of United Kingdom's International Sheepdog Society for more tips and resources on this canine sport. Dogs that are best suited for this sport have a habit of driving, herding off, or otherwise directing livestock or people. They're fast-moving and have good stamina. They learn quickly and are compliant while still being in control of their livestock. They must have good balance, and they have excellent hearing and vision. Dogs that excel at this sport also have a strong eye that's used to stare down and elicit compliance from other animals. Don't see the right fit? Don't panic. If you don't see a good fit for your dog on this list of dog sports for active dogs, there are many more to choose from. Start by considering what skills your dog has, not just what they're good at, but what do they enjoy? From there, consider what motivates your dog. Is your dog prey-driven? Are they food-oriented? Use this information to put together a profile for your pooch to make it easier to determine what type of sport or activity is right for them. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, family, and fellow pet owners. If you liked this video, you can also subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all the tips and tricks that we share for pet parents and pet lovers. You can also subscribe to our email newsletter for daily tips and tricks in raising healthy, happy dogs. Thanks for watching.